Capital Gains Deduction. Presentation by Tamara, Amna, Mariam, and Raina. Capital gains that arise from the disposal of one of the three qualified properties can be applied towards deductions from your NITP. These three properties are QSBC shares, qualified farm and fishing, and reserves. Let's look at these in detail and discuss some of the limitations to using this deduction.
Disposal of QSBC shares. The deduction can be applied when the company in question is a private corporation. The corporation must also be active at the time and owned in majority by Canadian residents. The shares must be owned by the individual who is selling them or an individual closely related to the seller for the 24 months preceding the time of disposal. More than 50% of fair market value of assets have to be an active business during these 24 months, and 90% or more have to be an active business at the time of disposal.
Taxpayers in 2018 are only allowed to realize a deduction of up to $848,252. Keep in mind, however, that only 50% of capital gains are taxable, so really the deduction limit is $424,126. Qualified farm and fishing property. If you sell qualified farm and fishing property, you may be allowed to exercise this deduction as long as the qualified property is owned by you or your spouse. The qualified property includes shares owned by the seller or their immediate family member, real property such as land, buildings, and fishing vessels, and third, property included in CCA Class 14.1. This class includes milk and egg quotas or fishing licenses. This deduction has a limit of $1 million. It can be reported in lines 109 and 110 of Schedule 3.
Now we are going to talk about the third and final property, which are reserves. A reserve occurs when you have sold a capital property and instead of receiving full payment, you get paid for it over several years. Claiming a reserve lets you report a portion of the capital gain in the year that you sold the property. You still calculate your capital gain the same way as usual. Once you have the total gain, you subtract the amount of your reserve. This results in the capital gain that you have to report in the year of disposal.